Head 1, BTFC 1. Mark, good point away from home today.
Yeah, cracking point, mate. You got to think about it. That's our third game in 5 days, effectively, from the end of Monday night to playing today. It's 5 days. Third game, 5 days on a pitch that's really heavy, really waterlogged. And it was only just where he got played, really, to be honest, because it was still poor, the pitch. But they've done a great job getting it on. And I thought we showed 110% commitment. I thought we battled really well. And we could have won the game or we could have lost the game, but that's the way it went. And I thought it was actually one of the best games of football by two very good teams that tried to play the best they could on a really poor pitch. And I think credit both teams. It was actually a really good game, and it's probably one of the best games I've seen of the season for a game that was end to end and a real fight by both teams. Yeah, it was enjoyable to watch.
It does show how a week in football's a long time, because last week, if we would have interviewed me, you, Chris, anybody on the channel, we was quite negative. But now we've put ourselves in such a positive position this week.
Yeah, if you'd asked me last Saturday, I wouldn't have had anything really positive to say. I felt like last Saturday we probably had blown the whole thing, to be honest with you. And in the last week, we've obviously changed something somewhere, and we've got 7 points from 9, and I think that needs to continue, and if that continues we will win the league. We don't need to make any, we don't need to change what's happening now. We need to continue with what's happening now on and off the pitch, and then we'll have it in our hands to win this now. I think if we make decisions like we did in the game against Hendon and the way it's Tonbridge, we're going to start losing games again. The last 3 games have been solid. We've been really well organised, and we've deserved probably 9 points out of 9, but we've got 7. And I think if we continue playing that way and not making any substitutions at half time, not changing the tactics, playing the right players in the right positions, we're going to win it. We're going to win the league still. Well, we've still in our hands to win the league. If not, I think it's out of our hands and we're relying on other results. But right now, we've got 2 more games this week, which are going to be games in hand, because I don't think Dulwich are playing Monday at Kingstonian, which is Leatherhead as well. I don't think that's going ahead. So I think by next Thursday, we'll be level with Dulwich on games, and we've got the chance to go 5 points clear. It doesn't sound like a lot, because what Chris said, it could have been so much more, but 5 points clear at this stage of the season when there's only sort of 8 games left, it's a nice little lead to have. It only takes another win and a loss for Dulwich, and you're saying, well, say it's sort of massively in our hands. So we've got to try and win these next 2 games now and the next week, when Dulwich aren't going to be playing, and we'll see then how it pans out. But it said it could all change in the next week again. Like you said, last week was it could change again if we lose 2 games. We're 1 point behind and level like on games, so anything could change. Yeah, week by week it's still massively open.
God help it don't, because this club gives me an heart attack.
Now I still feel now it's in our hands, whereas last week I felt like with 8 points, I know we had the games in hand, but it just felt like the points were so, I think, better to have at that stage. But now I think it's changed again with Dulwich game being abandoned on Friday. I think that's a massive help as well, because they obviously didn't get the points and they've got another game to play, and if they don't play on Monday, that's another game for them to play. And will they be up for it? Will they be able to keep on that run that they've started to get on? No. Will they be able to win every game? It's going to be tough for them. So, yeah.
Do you think we're in control now after this week?
Ask me on Thursday. Ask me on Thursday, and I'll tell you. But
don't take me. This is my channel.
I still think we're there. We can lose it now. It's ours to lose. But I think the next 2 games we'll really, really see. Because I said we've just had a really, really tough week, and these games are going to catch up with us soon. Our squad looks thin. It looks thin now, with possibility of Swain maybe not being here. Cunnington's been injured. Foley's injured. I don't think it looks as strong as it was. I don't think we've got the depth. Players are going to have to play 3 games a week. It's going to tell soon. I think we'll find out. Yeah, this week.
This week is probably the mentally more important, because it's going to show how much these players want to win this league.
Yeah, I mean, today the commitment was unreal. I thought to battle like that and play like that. I know we didn't do it throughout the whole 90 minutes. We had spells where we did look shaky, but on the back of this week, playing 3 games, I think it's a brilliant achievement. I thought Dan Waldron summed up the whole performance for us today. He was absolutely phenomenal. He worked his bollocks off. He did the whole game. He worked so hard. I thought Butcher did really well as well until he got subbed. I thought he worked really hard, and that sort of 3 in the middle of them and Deering's really drove us on. And I thought the commitment, you can't ask any more than that from players that are playing that much football. I think Danny Waldron for me was the man of the match. He was brilliant. And same when O'Hara come on for Butcher, exactly the same, 100% commitment. And that's what we need now. Everyone needs to get stuck in. And it's going to be really tough, but we can do it.
I was actually really impressed with O'Hara because he was opening Leatherhead's defence up like Butcher, but for me he did something that Butcher didn't in the game, is create gaps with his nice one touch then pass, and it's nice to see O'Hara do it because he does have a lot of stick from the whole non-league football, but when you're putting them performances in, you can't fault his quality for the club.
He's got a lot of quality on the ball. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the sort of pace, and fitness-wise, he doesn't look quite up to scratch when he's not played games. When he's playing games, week in, week out, I think he's looked as good as anyone else. But when he's been a bit part player or he's come back from injury, I don't think he's looked quite at that level. But when he came on today, he was brilliant, and his passing never lost the ball. And that's what that's what he was doing a couple of months ago before he got injured, and he looked like a really, really good player in that, an option in that position. I think in the 3 in the middle, it really helps him as well, because it will give him other people got the legs in there. Sammy and Waldron have got the legs, and he can just get on the ball and just spray it left, right, and do what he needs to do. So I thought he did really well today as well. On
to Tunbridge against, here or at Aveley, who knows? Only Tunbridge decide by the sounds of it. Do you think we'll win that game?
From watching them last time, I think we only threw the game away against Tunbridge with stupid tactics and substitutions at half time. So if we can play with the same sort of level and commitment and that bit of quality as well, there's no reason why we can't beat them, whether it's here or at Aveley. I'd hope that we still get the 3 points, and I think that we will. I think we will, because I think we've turned a corner. I think we've turned a corner. I can't. I couldn't see us getting, like, a few weeks after the Hendon game, I couldn't see us getting a win from anywhere. I couldn't see how we're going to get a win, and now we look so much more organised. We're even playing 3 at the back, and I don't mind it now. And we're playing 3 at the back, and I'm not even feeling uncomfortable. We're playing 3 at the back, but we're playing 3 at the back much more organised. We're playing 3 centre halves at the back, and we're playing the right players at the full-back position or the wing-back positions. Maybe not out-and-out full-backs, but players that are doing the job there. And now Deering's going to the middle. He's the man now. You can see every time he's the one that's creating everything. Everything's coming through him. And the players in them full-back positions or wing-backs are working hard. I still don't think maybe it's quite right. I still, times that I thought they were down our right-hand side all the time, and I think it was slightly difficult to watch at times, but it does look so much more organised, and the guys that are in them positions are tracking back, and it's not all just gung-ho, it's not all out attack, it's got it's organisation about it. So I'm quite happy at the moment the way we're playing.
One thing I do have to fault with today, because I am a person that always finds negatives, no matter if you win 6-0 or something, is the players at times didn't play to the whistle. Offside, they just looked and waited for that flag. If it wasn't there, it could have been 2-1 and we would have lost that game. So we need to, play to the whistle at any moment, even if it's 50 yards offside.
There was one shot, I think, in the second half where that happened, and Jake thought he was fouled. He come back, won the ball. He was fouled, and the ref didn't blow. And we sort of panicked, and I think we hoofed it, tried to clear it, and then it bounced back, and they almost got in from it. So yeah, possibly. But again, that's what I'm saying. That formation, sometimes we don't look quite comfortable on the ball. But today we were a lot better. But I think it was just the pitch, mate. I think that pitch today, both teams were really, really committed. Mistakes are going to happen on that pitch because of what it was like. The balls didn't bounce properly. Sometimes, it just stopped dead. Yeah. Sometimes it didn't roll. It wasn't terrible, but it made it really difficult. So I think playing on that pitch didn't help at all. So I think that today, I think you can give them a little bit of excuse for that.
All right, thanks, positive Mark, for once.
Cheers, mate. So.